Hello, my name is Jonathan Cruz, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can monitor and debug your code or test sequence using InstrumentStudio. InstrumentStudio is NI's PXI platform companion software that lets you take full advantage of your instrumentation. Right here, I've got a PXI chassis with an SMU unit, and I also have some code. So here I have a LabVIEW VI, and what this VI does is it uses that SMU to generate a voltage across a load, and it verifies that the output voltage matches what our input is. Here we have this indicator. It'll tell us the output voltage as well as a graph to help monitor that, as well as the current across that load. So when I set the voltage level to say 2 volts, and I hit run, well, as you can see, we're getting those 2 volts that we want, as well as being able to see the current and everything else that we want there. If I go ahead and stop this, and I set the voltage level to 3 volts. Well, this is where we start to see an issue, and our voltage is only reaching about 2.4 volts, and the indicator is going off. So we want to try and figure out what this issue is, and maybe you're familiar with how SMUs work, so you may be able to deduce what the issue is right off the bat. But in this case, let's go ahead and use InstrumentStudio to debug this. So I'm going to go to InstrumentStudio and click on the debug option. And what this does is it automatically detects whatever instance of an instrument is currently running and pulls up a panel for it. So we get the channel readbacks here for the SMU, as well as some more information on the panel itself. And we can see that the 2.4 volts is being highlighted because the SMU is detecting that there is an issue with the output. Now, there's a yellow bang here that also gives us some more information, and it says that the channel is currently in compliance. Now, this is actually an intended feature of SMUs where an SMU will have the option to limit the current going across a device in order to help protect it from not reaching too high of a voltage or too high of a current if it's not designed to handle that, so that it doesn't get damaged. In this case, I actually know that my device can handle more than just 250 milliamps, which is where the current limit is set. So we can actually fix this live within InstrumentStudio, but in order to do that, first I have to switch back to my VI, and I have to pause the program. The way that these instruments work, and the driver as well, is that whatever instance is sending a command to the driver, or whatever command gets sent last from whatever instance, is what's going to take control of the device. In this case, the LabVIEW VI is going to be running continuously, so it's constantly going to be taking control of the device and won't give control to InstrumentStudio. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it. And here it actually brings up the code when I hit pause to indicate where it paused. But here we can start to see where maybe in the code the value is being initialized. So that could be something to look at later to change. But for now, let's go back to LabVIEW and make some changes to the driver so we can start testing what works across the load. So if I hit control here at the top, I can now change the voltage level as well as the current limits that's set. I'm going to change it to, let's say, 500 milliamps. So once I hit enter on that, we can see that the voltage jumps right up. The current is no longer being limited to 250 milliamps here in InstrumentStudio, and all seems well. Okay, so I can now set this back into monitor mode. And again, this is a shared driver, so if I switch back to my program and hit resume, we should see that change reflected here, which we do. The voltage is now at 3 volts across the load. The current is no longer being limited. We were able to investigate the issue with InstrumentStudio without having to go and mess with our code. We were able to visualize it, which gives us a great way to conveniently look at these problems and start figuring out how to solve them. So again, InstrumentStudio using debugging to investigate and resolve a bug in our code. Thank you very much for joining me today.